Everybody, just wanted to do a quick summary of my blog post, Have We Lost Our Way? I know the title might seem a little bit provocative, but I think it's an issue that's important. As I look around me, I see a lot of people up in arms about social activism and social issues. I see a lot of people up in arms about politics and everything surrounding that. And I totally get it. It makes perfect sense to me because our social world and our politics have a lot to do with our day-to-day life and how we interact with each other and the sort of things that happen around us. So it makes perfect sense. And as I said in the article, I'm not opposed to being part of our society and being part of the discourse going on around these issues. My concern for the church is that it feels sometimes like people are so angry and so irate and so caught up in these affairs and these items that they are completely ignoring our primary purpose. When I look at scripture in the Old Testament, I see God building up this nation, and we see very quickly that the nation of Israel didn't work. God had designed it, God gave them laws, God showed them how to live, and it was a complete and utter failure. The people simply did not obey God's laws, they simply did not live the way that they were supposed to live. And so if we look at trying to make a perfect kingdom, trying to make a perfect world, I think that should give us a pretty good pause about whether we can actually achieve it or not. It seems like every time we tackle one problem and seem to solve it, another problem rears its head. And I don't think it's something that we will ever arrive at a conclusion or ever arrive at a perfect world. Of course, as I said, I think it's fair to mention these things and to talk about these things and to try to solve the problems that we're aware of. But for those of us in our church, it isn't to be our primary focus. When we get to the New Testament, we see Jesus walking around and ministering and healing people and preaching to people. We see Paul later going out and preaching and proclaiming the gospel. And the biggest thing that I see in them is that I don't see a single time when they are pushing or trying to promote social change or political change. Their focus seems to entirely be on proclaiming the gospel of Jesus Christ, telling people about God, telling people how to renew their relationship with God and how to know God and to live that the way they should. But they would have had lots of opportunities to push for social change or to push for political change, especially Jesus when they tried to crown him as king. And yet that is, as far as I can tell, that is never their focus. And so I think we in the church stand a significant and consistent danger to move too much in the direction of focusing on politics, focusing on social activism, and not keeping those as secondary things, but turning them into the primary thing. The primary responsibility we have been given in the church is to point people to Jesus, to point people how to restore their relationship with God, and as a secondary thing, to as a result of that, as individuals change, to see change in society. But as I said earlier, if we try to focus completely on changing society, either through politics or through social activism, I don't think we get anywhere. I think we end up with perhaps a better society in some respects, but a society that is no more Christian than it ever was before. So that's something that I see. If you want to read what I wrote in a little more detail, you can check out my blog. It should be in the description below. Hope you're having a great day.